9. Yep. The last episode we did on Mount Rushmore. We're looking forward to what people are going to say about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is going to be our top 5 teams. But as you can see, we both changed outfit. I'm wearing McLaren orange and Louis is in a Brazil shirt, which actually looks really, really nice.
Bit different, isn't it? Bit snazzy, you know. Not something I'd expect Brazil to play in, but it's a nice training top
Actually
sort of
playing.
garment. I don't know if it's a real shirt or a training top. It could be either or, but yeah, it's pretty smart. I enjoy
that.
football shirts, so yeah.
You do. So yeah, we're going to do our top 5 teams. We're going to do reasons why, what year, who was driving. This could be long.
It could be. It could very well be.
So, we're not going to put these in any order, are we, mate?
No.
Good.
I don't think we can. It's difficult.
I don't think I could either.
I did try it. Pass. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one team would probably be bottom, but I'll give reasons why. Not out of the 5, but so do you want to start or shall I?
We can go team each, can't we?
Yeah, okay. So go on, you give me your first team.
So I mentioned them earlier, to be fair, and I didn't have them in there originally, and then like I say, I went back and forth, and I did put Norris and Piastri in this place, and then went, do you know what? 2 good drivers, both competing. It's what you want. Both teams head to head, allowed to race, do what they want. But I think that partnership's too new to be putting them in top 5 teams. Does that make sense? Okay. So my first one, because I've already been over it and I've said it, it's going to be Senna and Prost at McLaren Honda in 1988.
Yeah.
Again, probably don't need to go too much into it for those that have watched the previous podcast. For those that haven't, they won 15 out of 16 Grand Prix that year. Lost 1 Grand Prix out of the 16 to Ferrari and Gerhard Berger. But those 2 that season were absolutely phenomenal. You could not touch them.
Yeah. Mate, didn't they take each other out at Grand Prix as well? Was that the Japanese Grand Prix?
Yes.
I remember hearing the commentary on that.
Yeah, that was the year after, I think, 1989.
Yeah, I remember hearing the commentary because they come round to the final chicane, didn't they? And one just brake checked the other one. They both went straight on.
Yes. That was the end of their partnership and friendship at McLaren Honda.
It was. Yeah. It is a shame, really, that it ended like that.
It is after all the hard work they put in to like say, to win 15 out of 16 Grand Prix that no one's ever done before. The way they both drove to support one another, you just think like it's sad that one little conflict because, and again, I can only guess. I'm guessing it was something to do with who was number 1, who was number 2 ranking. I'm better than you. I'm not. A bit of ego maybe. And well, I'll tell you what. I know we'll race to see who the best is, and neither of them finished that race. So,
Gerhard Berger won that race.
Yes,
ironically.
And like you say, if they hadn't taken out each other, they could have well won 16 out of 16.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It is mad.
Yeah. I mean, I did put Lando and Oscar, and the reason
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
See, I put them not literally. I just put them because obviously, like from this season, they're both young, talented lads.
Yes,
there doesn't seem. I say this. There doesn't seem to be a number 1, number 2 driver. There probably could be, but it doesn't seem to be. That the car is amazingly quick.
Yeah,
he proved it in sprint qualifying today. Lando proved it in Austria. I think it's the best McLaren I have seen since 1998 when it was Hakkinen and Coulthard.
What?
And I don't know why. I put it down as seemingly can only get better, but I can't see them getting any worse for a very long time.
No.
If they can hold that
again, is it the car or is it the drivers? And again, go back to this question. These younger drivers are nowhere near as feared as other drivers coming into the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 7 rookies this year on the grid, and all of them are pushing that car to its maximum limit rather than just going, do you know what? It's my first season. I'll take it easy. I'll take it slow. And some of these drivers are getting the best out of the cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Bortoletto, Isaac Hadjar, Liam Lawson, actually, he's had a decent
Yeah.
few races now.
Even Pinto, I mean, he's fell off the bandwagon lately, but again, start of the season, he was pushing, he was up there, he's racing, he was overtaking, and I think that the IQ of Formula One is a lot better in the younger drivers than it has been previous years.
Yeah. See, for me, the only thing that lets McLaren down this season is one, it's not the silver. I used to love the silver McLaren Arrow with the red and the black. I loved that one. And I say they're young, but they are brash. I mean, Canada proves that.
Yeah.
What the way Lando thought he was going to overtake, I do not know. There was a wall. Whether he thought he was Lightning McQueen and he was just going to go up the side and go around him, I don't know. But they've got mistakes in them. And don't get me wrong, they're still one of my top 5 teams, but they would be 5th if I had to pick.
It's like I say that they're young, and again, we in 5 to 10 years we could be talking about 2 more drivers that we're having a debate of how good they are or their potential of what could have become, because they've got it. We've already seen that. Again, the big ones are these young drivers coming through. Like one of them has to take the reins. Who's that driver going to be? So that question's still yet to be remain. But
the only thing that worries me about McLaren this year is both of them drivers could be world champion. And whoever loses that world champion, will it fire him up or will it dishearten him?
You want my honest opinion? I think whoever doesn't win the championship this year leaves McLaren.
Wow.
That's what I believe. I'd hate to see that happen.
That's a big call.
But that's what I believe.
You don't think they'd stay and try and fight it next year?
I'd like to see him do it, but I think, and I'm only assuming, I believe that McLaren have said, like, this year, we are going to let you both race. There is no order, no command. And it proved that 2 weeks ago when Oscar's asking for the place back. And McLaren are like, nope, there's 5 laps left. You can both race. Yeah. That says to me, well, we ain't giving nobody no team orders. You're not number 1. He's not number 1. You're going to earn your number 1. So whoever wins will be number 1 driver next year. I think the number 2 driver then might get a bit narked. And I think you'll find that he may well be off, especially with Red Bull down the road and Max Verstappen looking like even more likely that he's going to leave.
Right, I'm going to throw one right back here. You're right what you said about, in the previous podcast, you said that this will be Lewis's last season.
Yes.
Ollie Behrman to Ferrari next year.
Possibly. I could see.
He's driven a Ferrari and he's done well in that Ferrari.
Do you want my honest opinion? I think the teams that we're looking at now will be unrecognisable next season. I think everybody will be on the move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just going to take one person and we'll be a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've even seen rumours of George Russell going to Red Bull as the number 1.
See, I'd seen rumours even going to Williams, but who leaves Williams then?
Again, this is it, isn't it? It's mad. And then obviously, like you say, you got Cadillac coming on, which I spoke to you about. We got Porsche coming on. Yeah. Obviously, Kickstarter then turns to Audi. Their car, by the way, is absolutely unreal.
It's gorgeous.
It is. Oh, yes.
The last time I said that, when I went to a car, was remember when Toyota first came into the sport in 2005?
Right.
The white and red. Oh, mate, it was so beautiful.
It is mad, but yeah, that Audi concept that we'd seen of, geez, wow, that is some piece of kit.
Right. I have a few that you'll probably go wow about, but I'm going to start with an obvious. Well, obviously I've done McLaren, but I'm going to say Ferrari from 2002 when it was Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello. 2 drivers I loved, I idolised growing up.
Wait there, before you go any further, I need to try and do this without showing you everything else.
Oh, don't tell me you put them in the wall. Oh my God. I will point this out, guys. We haven't spoken about this. Yeah, just you know what? Rubens pushed Michael for the title all the way. Was a 1-2 for like 2 or 3 seasons. I think Rubens was actually a really, really good replacement of Eddie Irvine.
Yes,
He'd left the season before.
He understood his role in that team. He didn't try and come in and say, I'm going to take number 1. I'm the bigger man. He knew that he was there as number 2, but at the same time, knew that he could still push and try and get himself in that race. And 2002, like you said, he did. So even just down to the fact of knowing that Schumacher was this great driver winning titles, not once did Barrichello ever moan. He always done what the team asked him, always protected Schumacher at a cost to himself at times. And to me, that's a great teammate. It's a great second driver.
Well, I've got a stat. My turn. Ruben Barrichello was always the number 2 driver at Stewart, at Jordan, at Ferrari, and at Brawn.
Yeah,
always the number 2 driver. And like you said, he never went there and moaned. He just did his job. You know, I mean,
it is what you want from an employer, isn't it? You know, you ask him to do something, yeah, no problem, boss. I'll sort that out. Not why am I doing that? What have I got? Why ain't he doing that? And like for me, as a role model in the sport, he's somebody you have to look up to.
Yeah, I mean, they had 16 races in 2002, and 15 out of the 16, Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello are on the podium together. You know, whether it be 1-2 or 1-3 or 2-3.
Yeah,
it's just. I know. Do you know? Can you think that season what race it was that they won on the podium? I have it written down, so it's not cheating for me.
Singapore?
Nope. In the right area, but no.
Malaysia?
No. Come round a bit. Round the world a bit.
Are we going around the world left or are we going around the world right? Australia?
Close to Australia, just a bit further up.
Japan?
Well done. Michael Schumacher
7th?
Michael Schumacher DNF'd and Rubens Barrichello finished 7th.
Yeah. Schumacher crashed out, didn't he, when he was in 4th?
Yeah. The 3, actually, I had to look this one up because I wasn't sure about this, but the 3 people who finished on the podium that day was David Coulthard, Jenson Button, and Giancarlo Fisichella.
Oh, okay, for the Benetton.
2 randoms, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like throwing a dart at a dartboard. That one will do.
Potluck.
Yeah. But do you know what? The 2002 Ferrari was probably the best looking Ferrari I've ever seen. When we go to like looks and things like that, and the noise, oh my god, the noise it made.
Yes, Ferrari, like you say, I think there was, I can't remember what season it was now. They sort of went away from the red, didn't they? They went more to like a burgundy deep wine colour, and it just didn't look right. It just didn't.
Yeah, that was Charles Leclerc and who was the other driver? Was it Seb Vettel? It just looked really good.
It looked wrong.
Yeah. It looked like a really dark Coca-Cola
kit, wasn't it? Yeah, when I had that centenary kit and it went burgundy and you go, hang on a minute, this is 100 years of your heritage and you've gone away from red to burgundy, like how?
Yeah.
Talk about
So your second one.
That was, yeah. Put it in there, that's what I had to show you because there's probably a few people thinking, oh, you just copied him, but no, I've actually got that written down.
we sorry guys. Like I said, we haven't looked at each other, we haven't spoken, we haven't done nothing.
Nope.
When it comes to anything like this, really.
Oh, like you say, there's no point if we talk pre-hand, you know, it doesn't give you that sense of realism, you know, because you can look and you go, oh yeah, I know what he's going to say, yeah, but like we genuinely don't know who's on whose list, which is what makes it all more fun.
I agree with that statement. It's like, I don't know why. I had a feeling you might have gone on Michael Schumacher and Rubens, but I thought they would have been off your list.
Like I said, I was umming and ahhing, but again, I think I had to put him on there just because I think Schumacher, obviously, as we went through earlier, great driver, and I think Barrichello was, as a second driver, is the best second driver you could have had of that time. So, for me, as in top teams and drivers, 100% they have to be there.
Yeah. Go on, and who's your third?
I've gone with the Williams from '96 of Jack Villeneuve and Damon Hill.
Ooh.
So you're thinking that,
I'm not going to show you who, but I went for a Williams, mate.
Oh, okay.
But a little bit later in life. Go on and go. Why Jacques Villeneuve then?
Obviously, Jack Villeneuve's my favourite driver, as you know. I think, as we said earlier in the podcast, it's weird because a lot of my the next two don't, but the two that I've had so far, I mean, Villeneuve and Hill that season were neck and neck. They were pushing each other to be better every single race, and I think it was 4 races before the end of the season. Damon Hill spun out, put into the tyre barrier, and everyone's like, yeah, this is Villeneuve's title to lose. And that was the downfall of that season. I think if he would have stayed on that day, who knows what could have happened? Who knows whether Villeneuve would have even been world champion? But then, like you say, it's those two together that season, they got the best out of a Williams. And you look and you go, there was better cars in the field, but they pushed that Williams beyond belief. But to do, again, it's hard because there was better drivers and better cars. And I think when you're winning a world championship over 16 races, you've got to be good. You've got to be picking up points in most of those races, which I think both of them did. So, yeah, that's why I've got them in third.
Okay. Well, I went Williams when they went to the BMW era, 2001. So roughly around about the same time as the Ferrari. And it was when Ralf Schumacher and Juan Pablo Montoya were there.
Yeah.
I think it was they were only season together or something like that. But they were like the McLaren, and now they were allowed to race. There was no team orders. It was like, go. Ralf Schumacher was, I won't say the veteran because he was like only 26, 25, 26, 27, something like that at the time. Whereas Juan Pablo Montoya was the new rookie. And I think he learnt off him really well. I mean, you look at Ralf Schumacher, he was at Jordan, he was at Williams. I'm trying to think who else he drove for now.
McLaren.
And I just it was the colour. There was the colour of the car as well. It was just the blues and the whites were beautiful. The HP logo was fitted in so well, and I think that car brought the best of Juan Pablo Montoya out of it. And then when he went to McLaren, when McLaren was sort of
dipping, that, didn't he?
Huh?
I was going to say, he got a move off the back of that season, didn't he, Montoya?
He went to McLaren, and that was when McLaren's season was dipping because I'm sure he was JB's partner at one point.
It was, yeah. But again, we had a good drive in what you say is not a poor car, but again, a car that shouldn't be able to do what both of those got. Again, I think sometimes when you've got top cars and top drivers, anybody can do anything with a top car and a top driver. When you put a driver that's good in a poor car and he gets the best out of it, you have to understand how difficult that is and how much extra thought process and energy is going into the decisions to make that car better than what it is.
Yeah.
For people that don't really understand Formula One, it's probably like saying, you've got a Lamborghini and you drive your Lamborghini, and then you've got the same driver that gets in, I don't know, a Morris Minor, but gets the same performance out of it as he has in the Lamborghini. It should not be achievable. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it gave Ralf Schumacher the chance to show how good he was. You know, because sadly, when it's like, it's like in wrestling, you got Bret Hart and Owen Hart. The one is always going to be in the shadow of the other. I think that was the same with Ralph with Michael. I'd love to have seen them. I'd love to have seen them at Ferrari together.
Oh, could you imagine what a legacy that would have been?
I know, and then have Mick come in afterwards as well.
Oh, wow.
They dropped the ball then, didn't they, Ferrari?
Yeah.
After I just said about Rubens coming in. But they had 4 pole positions in that one season, 2 each.
Yeah.
They had 3 wins, 2 for Juan Pablo Montoya and one for Ralph Schumacher at San Marino. It was Ralph Schumacher's only Formula One victory.
Mad. We'll put him in the same category as Maldonado.
Well, funny you should say that, mate.
No,
I haven't put Maldonado in the team.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Maldonado's in the same category as Ralph Schumacher and Nico Hulkenberg with 1 win.
I don't know how he's keeping that kind of company. I really don't. And again, we was on about stats earlier. That is one of those things where you look at a stat and go, he doesn't belong there. So you could say, oh, Maldonado was just as good as Ralph Schumacher. I'm sorry. No, he was not. But that stat there proved he was. So, no.
But yeah, I mean, BMW, I don't know what it was. I think when Williams and BMW teamed up, because after Jacques left, they went from the blue and white to red, I believe, wasn't it? Like a claret.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and then they flopped really bad, and then they came up to BMW, so went, "We'll help you out, but you got to go back to the blue and white," and it worked.
I don't like cars changing colours. I really don't. I get like the rebranding and I get all that, but changing a colour sometimes, like, it's so obvious. Like, you see it and you go, "Huh?" Like the Mercedes this year, like, it's just like, why? Why have we gone away from silver and green with a bit of black? We've now gone predominantly black with bits of silver and green. I get you still got the same 3 colours, but it changes the whole car.
They did that when they were going against the anti-racism thing, didn't they? Because the actual outfit went from silver to black.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
Nah.
So, quick question in the middle of this.
Go on.
What is your favourite car ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
What colour or?
Yeah, like that you've seen in the Formula One circuit.
I can't give you that answer because it's one of my teams.
You can.
Jordan.
Oh, okay. We'll save this question until you've done your teams.
Okay, go on then. Who we got next? We got 2 more left, haven't we?
Yes.
We literally picked 2 of the same. So go on then. Who would be your 4th?
This one was a tough one. So obviously, I didn't want to pick another team I'd already picked. Obviously, that defeats the objective of your top 5.
Yeah, I did that.
I went with Red Bull.
Ooh.
But I was toying with Verstappen and Vettel. But then when I was looking, I was like, do I not? And I was like, nah. Vettel and Verstappen didn't get on. They weren't best of friends. They weren't 2 drivers that you'd look and go, they helped each other out. So, nope, I went Vettel and Webber. Yeah. 2009 to 2013.
Good call,
again,
mate. Very good call.
I believe Webber weren't too happy at being the number 2 driver. But again, didn't express it, didn't show it, did what he could. And with a great number 2 driver to Vettel, helped him win 4 world titles. So, you have to look and go, okay.
Webber also got a Monaco Grand Prix victory in there as well.
He did. Love Webber.
Yeah, I loved Mark Webber.
But then again, like I say, he went to race Porsche for GT3, didn't he? So,
Side question: who's better, Ricciardo or Webber?
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
Right, your voices are hilarious.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Mark Webber, but only just.
I'm agreeing.
but only just.
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
I'm absolutely agreeing. I think it's more the fact that he was part of the Drivers Association that didn't want to race in, was it Brazil? When they were sitting in the cars and all the cockpits were getting flooded and
Yeah,
because of the rain, and
the rain. Yeah,
that was the race where Alonso had that massive crash on the start finish straight.
that was it. Yeah, but
Yeah, and then he got red flag straight away.
yeah, but they were all saying when that flag came out, they was all saying we should never have started the Grand Prix. It shouldn't have happened. We should not be racing in this. And when you've got 15, 16 drivers off a grid of 20 telling you that, surely they're in a better command and position than anybody who sits up in that FIA office.
Yeah, it's like it means that it's like, how do I put this? I don't even it's like the American Grand Prix, where all the teams that were on Michelin tires, I think it was, all refused to race even though they were told to. Why didn't they just do that day?
Yeah, again, same thing, isn't it? But again, I think what we don't see here is you probably find that there's some massive clause in their contract for the Formula One circuit that the race has to go ahead. And I'm sure that race, there was another race the weekend after. So it's not one of those that they could delay the weather and we'll tell you what, we'll race on Monday instead of Sunday because of getting the garages broken down and shipped to the next Grand Prix. I'm sure that was why it all went ahead, but it wasn't safe. It was horrendous.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive a car just like I do. It's bad enough when you're on a motorway in England and it's lashing down, then you can't see 10 yards in front of her. But we're doing 30 mile an hour, not 60, 70, 80, 90 mile an hour. So,
and the rest.
I'm sure I've been on the motorway sometimes when it's raining like that and the Formula One drivers pass me in some Mercedes Benz because the way they fly down there and you think, you idiot. But yeah, it's a bit of common sense, isn't it? Unfortunately, common sense isn't common anymore. It's rare.
No. You ready for my number 4?
Yep.
Renault Benetton, 2005. Fernando Alonso and Giancarlo Fisichella. Beautiful coloured car. Beautiful.
And do you know why I asked that question about the cars? Because I knew that was going to be your answer. I knew
it's not the best car I've seen, though, mate. It's not the best. I'm saving that one for last.
See, that's the best car I've seen.
It was gorgeous when the yellow and blue.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when you look on a grid and something just stands out, that car was just like, okay, them colours are unreal. Unreal car.
Just got two of the great drivers. You know, Giancarlo Fisichella was unsung. Fernando Alonso is a goat. No disputing that. You know, that season I got a feeling they did a Ferrari and almost went all season without being off the podium. Fisichella won 4 races that season. Alonso won 6. The thing with Renault and Benetton, and I say that because Renault used to be called Benetton, they've produced the most world champions of any team.
That's a stat in its own right, isn't it? And you sort of look and you go, wow, that is...
Ferrari 2, McLaren 2, Lotus 2, Renault 3. Want to have a guess at the 3?
From where, sorry? McLaren?
Well, no, Renault or Benetton.
So Alonso would be 1.
Yep.
Schumacher?
Yep. So the third one's a bit controversial because he wasn't at Benetton or Renault when he won the world champion, but he started there.
Piquet?
Nope.
Benetton.
It would have been more Renault. He's a master of driving in the rain, especially in Canada. We've mentioned him a few times, even on the other podcast, the Mount Rushmore. We've mentioned him. He hasn't been in our Mount Rushmore. We have mentioned him a few times.
Jack Villeneuve.
No.
To say, Jenson Button.
Jenson Button.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stat is Renault are the only team to have produced three world champions drivers that have gone on to win world champions at other teams. McLaren have two, Ferrari have two, Lotus have two, Mercedes have two.
It's impressive.
Mercedes was Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg.
Yeah.
Nobody ever won a world champion for Mercedes before that. That's blue. I mean, all right, you McLaren, Mercedes, you can get away with, but it's just purely on the team itself.
Yeah, it's
Just
like,
mental, it really is.
it is when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, the amount of drivers, and if someone said to you, name me 20 drivers, you could name 20 drivers, but that stat there, you look and you go, oh wow, that's alarming, and it's not. It's just how good people have been.
Do you want to know the McLaren is?
McLaren.
I got one of them wrong. I was certain one was right, but it wasn't.
2 drivers from McLaren. One's got to be Nicky. No, yeah.
No, he won his first world title at Ferrari.
Oh, of course. McLaren.
He was in our Mount Rushmore, mate.
Senna.
And
Hamilton.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Because I said James Hunt, and I looked it up, and James Hunt didn't start at McLaren.
No.
And Kimi Räikkönen didn't start at McLaren either. I was like, what? How did I not know this?
No, he didn't. He didn't,
He
did
started at Lotus, I believe.
Yeah, Lotus. Under good old Mr. Irvine.
Yep. But that's just when I went James Hunt, and the guy was like, no, and I checked it up, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, he didn't drive for McLaren first.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, so
like you get football.
Huh?
In football, you get some players that stay with a team for their whole career. I don't think there's one F1. I don't think there's one F1 driver, is there, that's ever done that?
Not through his own accord, I don't think. Like Gilles Villeneuve, I think, was only at Ferrari, but that was not through his fault.
Yeah.
And there was an American guy as well who died on the track. He only drove for Lotus. Hawthorne. But no, I'm just trying to think now. No.
I've got a weird stat for you and all the F1 fans. And I've seen this the other day. And this, like, sort of, we were going about parameters of how good people are. Now, we've spoke about Lewis Hamilton. We've spoken about Fernando Alonso. 2 great drivers. This is going to blow your head because it blew mine. So, Lewis Hamilton stayed in Formula One for the next 43 years and didn't win a single race until he was 83 years old. Yeah, so he stays in there for another 43 years, doesn't win a race, retires at 83. In the year 2068, he would still have a higher career win percentage than Fernando Alonso. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
That absolutely blew my head.
Oh God.
Yeah. 1372.
That's probably shook my head, that has. No.
I read it and I was like, surely I've read that wrong. I've definitely read that wrong. But no, I was just like, that is absolutely unbelievable.
Mental. Oh, what?
I was just like, so we could 40 years of 23 races. That's nearly another 800 plus races. He could not win any of them and still have a higher percentage win rate than Fernando Alonso.
No. How am I speechless? What's going on?
As I said,
Mate,
you know,
I just called Fernando Alonso a goat as well.
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Such a good driver. I was just like, wow, that is. It absolutely blew my head. Even
Wow.
reading it again now, it's still. Even I knew what I was going to say, and I'm still sitting there going, that can't be right. That cannot be right. But yeah,
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Actually in shock. Who else we?
the top
Okay,
top team.
the fifth team, mate. Who's your fifth team? Fifth and final team.
So say this is fifth and final. Ellis, neither. I've put them at number one.
Oh.
Yeah, I've put them at number one, and I've gone with Mercedes.
What? Yeah.
I couldn't pick an exact year, so I went over a course of years. So I've gone 2013 to 2017.
Bottas and Hamilton.
Correct. I had down. This is the one I scribbled out though, because I had Hamilton and Alonso to start with, and I was
When
like,
they're at McLaren.
yeah, I was like, no, I've already got a McLaren. I'm not doing that twice, so I got rid of that, and I was like, Rosberg was with Hamilton, and then I went, no, too many to dos, too many arguments, no, and then I thought, you know what, Bottas, what a guy.
Yeah.
Again, another
Always
one.
Always a backup.
Always, and not once did him own. Put his car. I mean, I think it was Spa the first time Lewis won at Spa with Bottas as a partner. He was under some serious pressure, and he went into the pits, come out, was a bit further down, worked his way through the field, and over the team message, it was Bottas. We need to drop the pace. I think it was Vettel behind him at the time as well, and it was like we need to drop the pace to allow Hamilton to be in the DRS zone here. We're going to use the DRS from your car to stay ahead of Vettel, but bring Hamilton into this race. And Vettel, it was just like, yeah, sweet. And Vettel's thinking, oh, yes, this is great. I'm going to do this. And then I think it was about 10 laps before the end. Hamilton opens a DRS flap, so does Vettel. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to be exciting down into this corner. They're all going to get there together. Well, they did. Bottas decides that he's going to pull into slightly, but leave enough gap on the inside, and Hamilton comes through the inside and past them both. I was like, oh wow. And that's how we won that race. But that is fantastic. But again,
it's great team, mate.
Selfish. He could have won that race himself. Told the team, sorry, it's not my race. I'm going. But he didn't. And I think for him eventually leaving, I understand his reasons for leaving, but what a guy. What a guy.
Bottas and Hamilton were very close to my top 5, but they didn't make it. And it was because Bottas was, and still is, one of the best. He's like the Nico Hulkenberg and Heinz Frentzen for me. He's one of the best drivers, very underrated.
Very.
You know, he did his thing. It's like, he's quite funny as well. If you watch his TikToks, he's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, he walked past the Cadillac in the last video and he went, oh, like, this is a nice car. I could drive one of these one day.
Yeah, knowing that's where he's going next season. Yeah.
But my fifth and final team, and it was the car that I thought was the most beautifulest car, was Jordan from 1999.
Oh, okay.
The yellow, the black with the snake head at the front.
Very iconic.
Yeah. And you know, if you go to Western Superman, mate.
Yeah.
If you go towards Asda, where if you come off the main road onto Asda.
Yeah.
There's a car showroom around there. Park outside, looking through the big window. There's a Jordan sitting like that.
Oh, wow.
On the wall.
Wow.
You know, I went in there, I was like, what?
No, talking of cars, I don't know if you ever remember. Did you ever go in Sports Cap in Birmingham?
Yes. Very
They
long
used
time
to
ago.
have the Williams propped up on the wall going down the
Yeah,
stairs.
they did.
Yeah, unreal.
Wow. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I always wanted to buy it. I was like, that'd look really cool. That would, but no. Yeah, bit
Where
too
would I
much
put
money.
it?
I've even looked at things like steering wheels from Formula One cars, and when you see the price of them, it's just like, oh, okay, yes, that can stay where it is for now. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I said to Donna, I said when we get our own place, I'm buying one of those glass cabinets and I'm buying a helmet for charity from charity, and I'm just putting it in there. And she was like, "Okay, okay." Probably won't ever be able to
I
afford it, but I
actually,
want one.
I actually looked when I bought my recent car at actually getting a Formula One steering wheel fitted, but they're a bit more than I anticipated. So it's on hold, but it's something I definitely want to do. Yes. There's probably
Yes,
people
so
listening to this podcast now going, Formula One, steering wheel in his car. What's he drive?
a nice car. Yeah, so I've gone Jordan 1999, Heinz Half Frentzen, and Damon Hill.
Okay, yeah.
Just purely and simply because that was the season I remember. They won 3 races. Damon Hill won in the rain in Spa, and Heinz
Yeah.
Half Frentzen took 2 victories, one at Australia and one in Belgium.
Yes. That was the year after Villeneuve and Hill parted ways, wasn't it? Well, Villeneuve left and Hill stayed, yeah.
Yeah, and it was such a gore. I mean, I remember seeing it at when it was at the motor show was at the NEC, and it was there, and I remember just seeing the actual snake eyes and everything at the front. I was like, the thing with the reason it's probably up in my number one spot is 2 drivers who, all right, one was a world champion, one was very underrated. There was no KERS, there was no DRS,
Yeah.
and they drove the hell out of it, and it worked.
Oh, like you say, that's what you want, isn't it? You know, a car where it signifies it's all about the driver rather than what's under the hood, the performance of it. Again, and as we've said many times before, the best way in F1 that we could solve the argument of who is the greatest driver would be to have everybody in the same car and say, there you go, lads, go and race, show us what you got.
Yeah, that was a car where it was the drivers and not the car.
Yes.
All right, Damon Hill's bit of luck at the beginning of that Spa Grand Prix, but like you said, once they restarted, and they restarted from a standstill, he was like a duck in water.
Yeah.
And Heitzel Frentzen just tootling along behind with Johnny Herbert tootling along behind him. It's like it was probably one of the best races I've ever seen. Just all right, the crash was phenomenal. You know, you're sitting there going for ages. It was like wow. I mean, I think the last time I actually did something like that was for a bad reason. That was when Roman Grosjean went into a fireball.
Yeah, that was another incident that's not nice.
No,
There's been a few, hasn't there? You know, so
yeah.
again, the safety of the cars were a lot better. I mean, like when the Halo first came, I was like, no way, don't like that. But when you understand that the car flips or it turns, or another car comes over the top and the Halo protects you, you go, yeah, do you know what? I fully agree. I fully support that idea now. But originally, I was like, no, I don't like that.
No, I was like that, but I think it was Zhou,
Yeah, Joe Guanju.
British Grand Prix.
Yeah, yes.
When he flipped, went literally on the halo all the way down and flipped over the tyre barrier.
Again, and this is what we talk about. If that's not the halo that's there to protect him, that's the top of the helmet with all the pressure on your neck and your head. So again,
and he's digging into the gravel.
Well, geez, yeah, no. I'm glad that it was approved, and I'm glad that it's gone the way it has, because you know a couple of drivers are it's no good for me. I can't see, can't this. I think they all now realise that that's an important part.
See, Lewis Hamilton, so you don't see it. At first they saw it, but now it's like it's not there.
Yeah,
So it's like trying to look at your nose, it's not there.
Yeah. suppose it's like the A
Um,
post in your car, and when you come to a junction, you look for the traffic and you don't notice your A post, and all of a sudden, sometimes
that's
you
it,
go,
yeah.
"Oh, shit, there's a car there."
There's a car there. I've done that a few times lately. I go, oh, there's a car. Where'd that come from? And Donna's like, it was there all the time. I'm like, where?
Yeah. And again, that's that enjoyment of sitting in two different seats in the car. One sees something you necessarily don't because of the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving's fun.
It is fun. But yeah, that was my top five, mate. I think it's we've done this a lot where we've said something and we've come up with the same answer.
Yeah.
You know, we've done it on text messages where you'll just start laughing and go, guess what? And I know
Yeah.
instantly from your laugh what you're gonna say.
Again, it's that communication, like I say, we do this without speaking to each other before. So again, reactions are all live. Everyone sees it firsthand. It's good because, like you say, it's one of them, and the knowledge we both share of the sports we love is, a lot of opinions are the same. We have some differences, and
Yeah, we do.
that's what makes this podcast what it is.
Yeah. That's what makes the friendship between us what it is as well.
Oh, definitely.
It's like the amount of times you'll message me. It's like that thing you showed me earlier about the footballer. Red
Yeah.
card, yellow card, yellow card. And we had the same idea. It was for those who don't know, I'll try and put it on the group so you can all make your opinion. Because that'd
Yeah.
be cool to see what everybody says actually. Apart from
Marvin,
like you said, the Neymar afterwards.
I've had mates message me and gone red card all day long, and I'm looking thinking, okay, that's your opinion, but not for me.
Yeah, I'd give it as a yellow. But
I'd
yeah,
be
for guys who
horrified
doesn't
if
know,
I
we'll
was
try
sent
and
off
find a
for
way
that
of sticking it
tackle.
on there.
I would be horrified if I was sent off for that tackle. If it's
Yeah,
your second yellow, 100%. But as a first booking of the game, I agree with it's a yellow card, but nothing more.
yeah, yeah. Well, right. So we said that we were going to do two podcasts, so probably be three now because we've had the first one, this one, and then the reaction to the Belgian Grand Prix, which we'll do Sunday evening at some point.
Qualifying will be a bit different this week, won't it? Because we've got the sprint as well. So
Yeah, sprint races tomorrow. The qualifiers tomorrow. Bortoletto did well today in the sprint qualifying, mate.
yeah.
Actually, the two Hasses did well in the sprint qualifying.
I told you, I think as a rookie driver, I think he's going to be the one to watch this season. I said he's hit and miss at the moment. He's going to go one or two ways. He's either going to kick on and become noticed, or he's going to still be inconsistent. Where you look and you go, yeah, he's just another low tier driver. That's what they do. I hope it's the former rather than the latter. So I really do like Bortoletto. I think there's just something about him, a bit of hunger, a bit of desire that's probably not there in the rest of the younger drivers that have just come to the grid.
Yeah. Yeah, Behrman's shown it a little bit, but Behrman's still very. Is it classed as green?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
See, but Behrman's problem for me is he's still acting like he's racing in F2 and not F1.
Yeah.
He's got to get out of that tendency.
He's got to go for a gap that's there.
Yeah. He's not putting his foot down fully in that car. I don't believe he's getting the best out of that car.
No. Ocon is.
Oh, yeah.
If Ocon can, then Behrman can.
Yeah.
I think, but statement now, I think Ocon will be the unsung hero of the season.
Wow. That's a statement.
You know, out of all the drivers, obviously everybody's going to look and go Oscar, Lando, Max, Lewis, Charles. The people who go down the bottom end of the tier of the tables, it's going to be like, wow, he went under the radar.
See, I've got a theory on that. I'm going to throw another name in the mix for that, and I'd say Pierre Gasly. He's just
Gasly's one of those. He's always there.
I know, but he's going silently about his business. No one mentions him. No one talks about him.
No, it's true, actually. Not since he got dropped by Red Bull. People have just sort of forgotten about him yet.
Yeah.
He tootles. He's like Hulkenberg. He just tootles along. He does his own thing. And
correct. One rumor I have heard, and I don't know how true it is. It was I don't think it surprised you. It'd be more of something we've discussed before. But Lance Stroll apparently will not be on the grid in 2026.
yeah, I'd heard that as well. I actually heard that Aston Martin won't have either driver next year.
Yeah, correct.
because Fernando might not retire, but he'll probably go to Red Bull.
He'll go somewhere for another drive, won't he? He loves it. 43.
And then Lance, nah. I mean, I'd love to see Nico at Red Bull.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have Max Verstappen, but we'll see what happens with Max at the end of the season.
Like I said, I think everyone will be chopping and changing at the end of the season. It's going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of contracts are up. I think the two McLaren drivers, they're locked in, and the two Williams drivers were locked in.
Yeah.
The rest of them aren't.
No.
I think Ollie Behrman's locked in for another season unless Ferrari decide to choose him. Then he has to go.
Yeah, that was part of the contract, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know,
but yeah, it will be interesting. Like I say, obviously, you know me, I'm a big Audi fan. I'm waiting to see who they put in their cars because obviously they're a low team. Will they boost up the ranks? And who was it I heard? Was it Cadillac? Cadillac, do you know how much money they've spent just to get into Formula One?
About 200 mil?
And the rest.
Really?
The rumour is they've spent 575 million. That's for cars, production, parts, staff. Because they had no head office for staff, a team. I was like, oh, wow. Imagine it goes tits up. That could be the biggest spend failure in history.
That's almost like Force India, mate. They spent like 375 million, then went bust.
Yeah.
Who bought Force India in the end?
Isn't that
Aston Martin, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, because Force India bought Stewart, and then it is.
Lawrence, yeah.
Wow. No, sorry, no. Aston Martin was BWT. We used to be pink and blue. Can't even think of the name of the race, the team.
Pink, AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri. He could have been, but they were Force India before that. Because the guy who owned Force India had millions and millions and millions, and his country stopped him from spending it, so he had to sell the team.
No, you were wrong. We were right to start with. It was Lawrence Stroll bought him.
Oh, okay.
Force India was bought by a consortium of investors led by Canadian billionaire Lawrence Stroll. Team name was then renamed the Racing Point UK.
Racing Point, that's them.
Yeah.
Racing Point, and then they became Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was at Racing Point when they were pink and blue.
That's it, yeah. I just remember pink and blue. Don't ask me why.
Nice car.
It's like it's weird because Lawrence Stroll owns Aston. He's a partnership with owning Aston Martin. Aston Martin. Yet he's seen at the Red Bull meetings quite a lot.
Yeah, weird days.
Yeah, it's like Toto Wolff's there as well. Why would you invite two of your main competitors there?
Bounce ideas off each other, maybe. Bit of a underhand, backhanded compliments, maybe.
Because didn't Aston Martin used to have the Mercedes engine?
I think they did, yeah.
When it was Seb and Lance.
Yes.
Right. Oh wow. So,
well, we are nearly out of time again.
We are, I know. So guys, that was our top 5. We agreed on 2. We bounced the ideas off each other for the other 3. We actually almost agreed with all of them, to be honest. But yeah, guys, if you've got a top 5, if you've got some of you think is just dead set on number 1, put it in the comments.
Again, as we always say, the more you guys get involved, the more it helps us. We can then react, give our ideas, feedback. Even yourselves. I mean, some of you might be sitting there going, I'm not really keen on that idea because of this. And again, put it to us. Let us read your comments. We want some feedback.
And if you like a sport we ain't done yet, tell us. Like I said, we've got a gap in the season soon where with Formula One where we can do things on boxing, golf, cricket. I know one of Louis' friends is a massive NFL fan, so try and get him on. You know, he could educate me how the sport goes. I still don't understand why they throw a ball and then they go for a break.
All will become clear on that one. We will educate you. Don't worry.
I'm a noob. But yeah, guys, yeah, get involved as much as you can. The channel is well, the actual Facebook page is growing huge.
Yeah,
we've got like 30, 40 people now, something like that. I know that sounds per se huge, but considering we had like 6 people like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. This is like I say, the first Landstone's the 50 plus.
Yeah.
And then we want to get to 100, you know, slowly and surely, but that helps us as well, guys, by having more viewers. And obviously all you that listen to us on whatever platform, social media it might be, please share it with all your friends and family. You know, it helps us grow, it helps us bring in audiences, and it helps people just listen to me and Glenn waffle.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if you guys haven't followed us on YouTube as well, it's the same, literally beyond the scoreboard. You just got to find the same content that we've got. Content picture. Once again, thank you to Lisa for continuously sending us different ones, different poses. If you guys get involved and we know what you look like, you'll be in the picture as well because she'll add you. She showed us a mock-up of one that we could do with my cousin. Which was pretty cool actually. We both I sent it to her and she just started laughing at me. She's like, "Oh my god, that looks so much like me," and I was like, "Yeah, it does."
And this is it. You know, to say the more people get involved, the better this podcast becomes. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you so much again, Louis. As always, it's been a good laugh.
Until next time, we'll speak to you soon.
Until next time, guys. See you soon.
See you later.